Hey guys, Sean Mory here, joining you for another session of the LenCred Credit Geek Q&A, where we underwrite dreams and make the lenders say yes when they don't want to. Today we're talking about something very specific to us. It's really important. Kind of hits a soft spot for me in my credit nerd emotions. So
One of the biggest issues we see on a regular basis.
You start, man. Please. This one's challenging for me.
So I forget that, was it Christee?
Christee out of New Hampshire.
Out of New Hampshire. So Christee's question is, why is my credit so bad when I have no derogatories, essentially? And I may be chopping her actual question up, but her score should be maybe 750, 780, and she's at 600. And really, when you look at her report, she's got great age of file, everything looked great, very minimal inquiries, but her credit card utilization is at about 79, 80%. I remember this one because
she breaks. What does utilization mean?
Yeah, so utilization is when you add your revolving credit, there's a few different mixed categories. So there's like real estate, revolving credit, installment loans. So an installment loan is more of a payment you make every month, like a car payment or a mortgage.
That's right.
Revolving is something where you can spend as much or as little as you want up to the limit they give you. So your payment's going to be flexible a little bit.
Continuously.
So that's, yes. And as you make payments, it's there again for you to use over and over again.
Now you were saying you...
So, yeah, basically, no, that's okay. So what they do is, ideally you want to be around 30% or less on your overall credit card utilization.
That's right.
So if you have $100,000 to make easy math, you want to be using $30,000 or less, typically.
When you're going to borrow, right?
When you're going to borrow, yeah. And obviously, the higher you go over that, probably as long as you make minimum payments, you're going to be fine. Just know that if you're 90% utilized, you're probably not going to be able to get some more money. And so essentially what she didn't realize was that this is 35% of your overall FICO score.
Yep.
So this is a huge piece of that.
Yep.
And so we get clients from 590 to 780, 800 just by helping them pay down some of their debt because they didn't know, hey, I made all my payments on time for 5 years. I haven't need to borrow any money, but my score's so low.
Didn't you just do that the other day with somebody? Didn't you get somebody from like a 560 or 590 up to like 780, 800?
It was 800 on the dot, and it was essentially just his pay downs.
I mean, and you know...
This is phase two. He came through, used all the money we gave him, pretty much the way we needed him to.
Yeah.
And he was putting money in savings because he was raised to do savings.
Yep.
And he didn't get to do all the coaching calls with us and everything like he wanted, but he was still a good steward of his money. So when we told him the benefit of paying those down, it was an easy fix. And you want to talk about if he was a believer and came back, now he just can't, you know, he just wants to come move out to Arkansas and hang out over here.
Bring it on. And you know, and I think what's so powerful in what you said that I kind of want to piggyback on is 35% of your score is derived specifically from this category. And here's the best way I always describe it to my clients. Let's say I've got one credit card in my personal name, and you've got 10. And we both make perfect payments for 12 months straight. I now have 12 months of perfect payment history, where client now has 120 months created automatically by making your payments on time every month because you got all those different lines, those 10 different lines. The more revolving credit you have, the better. John Olsheimer calls this credit utilization insurance. Very simply put, this shows lenders that you know how to spend a lot of money, spend it well, pay it back well, and be a good steward of your money, as you put it so well. So it's about being responsible with your credit and showing them you can borrow money. And simply put, if you've never leveraged 10 grand on a credit card before, and you've only leveraged 1,000 ever,
don't expect to be getting $100,000 or a $50,000
that's right.
card.
Now maybe we can do a little bit of distribution of risk and distribution of debt and get you a couple different lines for 3, 5, 10 grand each, but the reality is don't expect to borrow in a way that you've never been able to borrow before. Instead, look at it as like this. I have to continuously build more credit, get more revolving credit, and show that I love to use that money. Let those lenders make some money off of me in that interest rate. And then I can build a relationship to get bigger limits, lower rates, and get money that really can be advantageous for your personal and or business spending. Not to mention, it's going to automatically, organically create an increased FICO score. So that's my feelings on revolving. Anything else you want to add there, Dustin?
A lot of things, but we won't go there. Obviously, on the business side, the one thing that comes to mind is our first 3 to 5 clients that we had originally that came through as SBA, and then we had a bunch influx of people that didn't have such great credit and have money to pay down.
Yeah.
Why are their scores going up faster on the business side than these guys that had great personal credit, had 30% down and got an SBA loan?
Right.
Exactly what you said. It's weighted a little bit less important because it's a installment loan category.
That's right.
And it took these guys 4 or 5 trade lines to get the same dollar amount they got here. So in 9 months, times 5 cards is 45 positive payments in a higher risk category. So as you handle that, your score shoots up higher than this. This is great.
Right.
The combination is even better.
Right.
And, you know, the best is as you keep doing that and build your business. That's you know, and personal altogether.
Yeah. Well, and with the loan piece, you know, you only get that money once, so it's not you can keep on spending that. The banks know, all right, I'll give it to them this one time for this amount of time, and if they pay it back, maybe again I'll lend to them in the future. With a credit card, with revolving lines, especially business credit lines that don't report to your personal credit at all, think about it like this. Nobody but that lender is going to know how you're spending. So of course, any lender that you apply for business credit with is going to be nervous as to if you've spent money correctly or if you're spending money with anybody else. So you've got to be responsible in your spending because it is the right kind of money for you if you use it right. But if you use it wrong, they'll take it away from you as quickly as they gave it to you. So, all right, hope that answers your guys' thoughts there. And we didn't really get to go too deep into it, but the simple fact is your revolving credit's going to play 1/3 of a role in your score. And so that can be a big piece of how you are able to borrow or hindered from borrowing.
Absolutely.
Everybody have a great day. Thanks.